ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀਓ। ਧਨਾਸਰੀ ਮਹੱਲਾ ਪੰਜਵਾਂ। ਤੁਮ ਦਾਤੇ ਠਾਕੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਤਪਾਲਕ, ਨਾਇਕ ਖਸਮ ਹਮਾਰੇ। निमख निमख तुम ही प्रतिपाल हो, हम बारिक तुमरे तारे। जहवा एक कावन गुण कहिया, बेशुमार बेअंत स्वामी। तेरो अंत ना किन्ही लहिया रहाओ। कोट पराध हमारे खंड हो, अनेक विधि समझाव हो। हम अज्ञान अल्प मत थोरी, तुम आपन बिरद रखावो। तुमरी शरण तुम्हारी आसा, तुम ही सज्जन सहेले। राखो राखन हार दयाला, नानक घर के गोले। तुमरी शरण तुम्हारी आसा, तुम ही सज्जन सहेले। राखो राखन हार दयाला, नानक घर के गोले। वाहेगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहेगुरु जी की फतेह। संगत जी, today's पावन पवित्र हुक्मनामा Sahib from Sachkhand Sri Harmandir Sahib has been blessed to us by Dhanaasaree Guru Arjun Dev Ji Padshah, Panjਵੇਂ Padshah, 5th Guru Sahiban on Ang 673। ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਗਰੀਬ ਨਵਾਜ਼ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ, ਧੰਨ ਧੰਨ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਅਰਜਨ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ, today are showering us with their grace, with their kirpa। ਆਪ ਗੁਰੂ ਅਰਜਨ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਸ਼ਬਦ, it's been recited where Guru Arjan Dev Ji Pacha Ji is directly speaking to Vaheguru Ji, and they're saying to Vaheguru Ji, Guru Arjan Dev Ji Pacha Ji saying, Dhanaasaree mahalla panjama, तुम दाते ठाकुर प्रतपालक, नायक खसम हमारे। Guru Arjan Dev Ji Garib Nawaz Paatshah Ji saying, तुम दाते, saying that, hey Vaheguru Ji, you are the data, you are the giver. Tum date, it's not me that is in control. It's not me that has created and designed this creation to be the way it is. For the system that it works within, it's not me, the one that is behind, who has created for it to be in this way. It is you. Every system to this creation, for the way it is working, for the way things are unfolding, you are the data behind that. You are the giver behind that. To everything I receive, it's within your hukam, it's within the way you have created it to be, for it to be possible for me to receive something. Tum date Thakur Pratapalak. Thakur means master. Pratapalak means somebody that takes care of me. You are my protector. You are the one that looks out for me. ਪ੍ਰਤਪਾਲਕ ਨਾਇਕ ਖਸਮ ਹਮਾਰੇ. Naik Sangat Ji translates to leader. Khasam translates to husband, saying you are my true husband, you are the one that is in control. Nimak nimak tum hi prat palo. Then Guru Arjun Dev Ji Paat saying nimak nimak. Nimak Sangat Ji means every moment. Nimak literally translates to the moment it takes for us to blink our eye. Nimak nimak, every moment of my life, every breath that I take, nimak nimak tum hi prat palo. It is you that is taking care of me. It is you that is looking after me. Ham barik tumre tare. Ham barik. Guru Arjan Dev Ji Paat saying that I am your child. Sangat Ji, how many times do we actually get into that space of truly experiencing and feeling this? Not where God is just this something far beyond, like just out of thinking something that God is someone that sits away somewhere else, hidden somewhere. It's far away from me. But no, instead of changing that relationship, and instead of God just being something that I have to clock in and do, where it's this religious rituals I have to do and that's my connection to God. I have to sit down, do my prayers, I have to do this, I have to do that. And that's actually not having a connection with that one. When we see these practices that we even say have to do, but asal vich ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਸਾਂਝ ਪਾਉਣੀ ਉਸ ਪਰਮੇਸ਼ਰ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ. But actually with that Vaheguru Ji, for it to be that ham barik, for us to truly actually feel and experience ourselves to be the child of that one that is not far, the one that is within us, and saying ham barik. How many times do we actually do that, where we close our eyes, go deep inside and say that, oh Vaheguru Ji, you're not somebody that is far away. You are that one that is closer that anyone could even ever imagine. That's why Bhagat Ravidas Ji said that Keh Ravidas haath pa nere. If we take out these pangtiyan, Keh Ravidas haath pa nere. Bhagat Ravidas Ji here is saying that Sarbe ek, that amongst everything, amongst everyone, Sarbe ek, it is you. Sarbe ek aneka swami, but you represent yourself in so many different forms. Sarbe ek aneka swami, sab ghat bhog vah soi, but at the core of everything and everyone is actually you. Keh Ravidas haath pa nera. Bhagat Ravidas Ji saying that you are closer than my own hands. You are closer than my own hands and feet. Pa, Sangat Ji, means feet. Haath means hands. Haath pa nera. Sahaje hoye so hoye. And in other places of Gurbani, Sadguru Ji Paat Ji say to us, kehn lage kende ghat ghat vasi. Ghat ghat vasi sarb nivasi nera hi te nera. They're saying that ghat ghat vasi, you are the one that lives within each and every heart. Sarb nivasi, not only those that claim to believe in you, not only those that claim to have no belief in you, but it doesn't matter. But the truth is that you reside within everyone, and that is Guru Sahib Ji sharing their wisdom with us, their truth with us, what they have experienced, to see that one amongst everything. Nera hi te nera, that you are closer than even close. For what our intellect knows what close is, you are closer than even that. And then Satguru Ji, Guru Arjan Dev Ji Paat Ji saying, Nimak nimak tum hi prat palo, ham barik tumre tare. Sangat Ji, many of times we might feel distress. We might feel that there is nobody that listens to us. We don't know how to go about a certain situation, what to do, which way to turn. But have we tried turning inside? Have we actually just said, you know what? I'm your child. That ek pita, ek sake hum barik. We are all children of yours. Ek pita, ek sake hum barik. We the children of one Father. Sangat ji, when that time, when we feel that we don't feel that connection, and we're trying to reach out to God through certain rituals, but instead just sit down, close your eyes and go deep inside and say that I've come to you like a little child goes to their mother. That little child goes to their mother crying, not knowing which way to go, which way to turn. But today, I've come to you as your little child. Hum barik tumre tare. And I'm saying to you that for me, my only true support and reliance, who I rely upon, is you. You show me yourself, reveal yourself to me, so that I'm able to actually open my eyes and see and experience how is it truly that you are looking after me, that you are taking care of me. And then Guru Arjun Dev Ji Pacha Ji say, Jehva ek, I've only got one tongue. Jehva ek, kavan gun kahiye, kavan gun. That how do I even speak of your virtues? Because you are so vast, you are so profound. You are taking care of me, nurturing me in so many ways. Where do I even begin from? When we start to realize, when we start to see that it's actually Vaheguru Ji that is protecting us, that the intelligence of Vaheguru Ji is so profound, that Satguru Ji, Guru Arjan Dev Ji Paach say that hum moorakh, that we are fools. Hum moorakh tum chatur siyane, that you are so wise. Your intelligence, the way it works is just beyond even what my intellect could ever put together. Hum moorakh tum chatur siyane, tu sarb kala ka gyata, tu sarb kala ka gyata. You are that one that knows everything. Sangat Ji, and I was thinking about this morning, that we don't actually realize that how is it that one is taking care of us. Why is it that the Guru says that you are my pranadapati, you are the qasam, you are the husband, you are the one that is behind even my breath. Look at how everything is working together. Look at how that we are working together with the trees. Look how we even take a breath. Look, who is it that is powering? Who is that? What is that intelligence behind all of that? That air that goes, that comes into me through this nose, and it goes and it travels through all those passageways. Look how great your intelligence is. That if there's dust and there's particles in the air, those fine particles, but you have created such systems within me to protect me, to constantly nurture me. You grow little hair within my nose. What is that? Who is that? What is that intelligence that is greater than this mind that I've not designed, that I've not created? But what is that behind all of this that creates those little details to make sure those little particles of dust don't go into my lungs? You create these protective systems. And Sangat Ji, and you adapt. You are so great that you are taking care of me in so many ways, that if I'm working in a dusty environment, you'll create that system to work for me. And look at that. Who is that is behind, that is designing for the way that breath goes inside of me? And then going through that oxygen, reaching my lungs and diffusing into my blood, reaching my heart for it to be pumped, to go and reach every cell of my body, to reach every organ and energizing me. Sangaji, I was thinking about this morning as I was growing up as a child. My father's always worked hard within a factory on a lathe machine, which he still does, retired, but still continues to work. Because he's just, some of that generation, they just built that way. And I remember growing up because he worked on this lathe machine, making these very precise little components made out of steel for machinery. And because of the nature of his work was working on these machines, constantly working with metal, lifting heavy things, standing on his feet. And when he'd come home over the time, obviously, like, because he's been at the same factory now for about 37 years, but we just remember as growing up, but his hands being so solid and hard. And like whenever for so many things, he wouldn't even use a hammer, just use his fist to like hammer things in. I remember his hands just being so solid. And I was thinking about, Sangaji, when I read this hukamnaama today, that that every moment it's you looking after us, it's your great intelligence behind adapting and evolving us to fit into the environment that we need to survive in. And I was thinking about my dad's hands this morning, strange enough, linked with this hukamnaama. And why did I make that link? So, I was thinking that he was working in a certain environment. His hands were working with a certain metal all day long. But to protect his hands from getting damaged from that metal, those big bulks of material that he would have to handle, that Vaheguru, who we call God but God isn't far away. God is within us, working constantly, looking after us. Then God breaks down that skin and then builds another layer, but starts building that layer in such a way where his skin starts to become hardened. Why? To adapt to the materials and what he's having to deal with. Because Vaheguru Ji is taking care of us in more ways that we could even imagine. And now his skin is so thick that the same thing I'd pick up in my hand, because I don't work in that environment anymore, even though I come from a plumbing background, and my hands started to become hard in that way, but then they soften because there's an intelligence which is called Vaheguru, that but you are so wise. You're constantly taking care of me, adapting to what I need, even though I may not be able to see that. I might have to go through pain in the beginning through that process as I handle those certain materials and it hurts my hand, but then you are constantly trying to build my skin in that way so it doesn't cause pain to me and it can actually then handle that. Look at you, Vaheguru Ji, I'm asleep to you. I live in this ignorance of not seeing that about you, in appreciating that. I was thinking about whenever somebody weight trains to build their muscle, what is it that is happening? That when you're lifting so much weight, that Vaheguru Ji, that intelligence that is working inside of us constantly, is then when sees that your muscle, a particular part of your body, that muscle is actually needing to adapt to lifting so much weight. So what does it do? It breaks down and it then builds back stronger. Whenever your muscle is aching because it's breaking down then it's adapting to build, then it builds back stronger to then be able to cope with the environment, what you are giving it, more weight. Look at that, and I was mind blown this morning thinking about this. I spent many of my years weight training but never even gave it that thought. That Vaheguru Ji, that we are looking for. We just need to open our eyes to see you in play constantly in life. And then when I start to see this, then as I start to open my eyes to this, then I say, Jehva ek, I've only got one tongue, Vaheguru Ji. Kavan guna kahiye, that how am I supposed to praise this profoundness of yours that is working for me all the time? Sangat Ji, recently, because I've got a habit of I love to be barefoot and just go outside on the grass without any shoes. One of the days we went out for a walk and we was on this patch of grass with some other family, and we started to play tig and tag, and I just had flip-flops on, so I couldn't run in them, so I took them off and I was running around on the grass, and it must have been some form of thorn or something, and I didn't actually see, and I wasn't able to see what it was, but something that went right through into my foot and I couldn't walk properly. And I was thinking, maybe because it was stinging for so many days, and I thought that maybe there's like some sort of thorn or something of some sort that got into my foot, because I've had it in the past when I was a small child, and there was a broken needle, and that needle actually went into my foot, and I had to get my foot cut open and get that needle taken out. And I just thought, let me just read up about it, that if I can't feel it and I can't find it, but I can feel something stinging inside of me, that what will happen? And what blew my mind was, what I read was, yeah, it was written scientifically, but the way I read it was, I just added the word Vaheguru into it. That there is this intelligence working inside of us, that most likely what will happen is that yes, there could be a danger of infection and whatnot, but what will happen first is that super intelligence, that all-wise knowing Vaheguru Ji will start building these protective cells around that area and try and pushing it out of the body. And I was just mind blown. Jehva ek kavan gun kahiye, that you are constantly protecting me, and if I start to see myself as a child of yours, Beshmar, your virtues are beyond anything I can comprehend. Be-ant, you are limitless. Swami, oh my Master Vaheguru Ji, Tero ant na kinhi lehiye, that I cannot comprehend how great your ways are. Tero ant na kinhi lehiye, I cannot say your limits. I cannot know your limits. Kot prad hamare khand ho. You are the one that takes away destroys millions of my sins. You are the one that shows me the way forward and takes me away from sinning. Anik bidhi samajab ho. You use multiple ways like a parent would to show me the way forward, to get me out of this when I'm eating something that isn't right for me, that doesn't suit me. Yes, there'll be some form of pain or something. Somebody drinks alcohol and what happens? They're taken over by this immense hangover or some sort of something. It starts to take a toll on their body. These are all ways that you are speaking to me. The hangover is you speaking to me, saying that this isn't what I've made your body for. This isn't what you should be putting into this body, because it's causing destruction. You're destroying yourself. Anik bidhi samajab ho, through a hangover, through my mouth being completely just drying out. And in this way, in feeling sick, you're talking to me, but have I got the inner ears to listen to you? Can I in that moment actually see that, look, I'm just your child, and you, oh my father, oh my mother, Vaheguru Ji, are talking to me. Anika bidhi samajab ho, are trying to, like a parent is trying so many ways to try and explain to their child. Ketya dukh. You samji, sometimes we keep in things that we hold inside of us. The pains that we have lived in our life, and we don't express those pains. and they sit inside of us, and we suppress that. We suppress it instead of expressing it, and then it starts to take a toll on our body. We start to feel pains that haven't got any explanation through something we've eaten, something we've drank, but it's our body talking to us that you're suppressing these emotions and feelings. You're not expressing yourself, and it starts to take a toll on our body. But when our body starts to talk to us through pain, Pachaji say to us, Ketyan dukh. There is many that are suffering in pain. Ketyan dukh. Guru Nanak Dev Ji Pachaji saying this to us in Japji Sahib. Ketyan dukh bhookh sad maar. But actually, this is how amazing this is. Sanji, I'm not translating it the way that you are seeing it come up on the screen, the translations. The way I'm translating this, the many pains that we go through, the hunger that we experience in life. Sadmar, Sangaji is a Punjabi saying, meaning they are calling you. The pain is actually calling you to action. That pain is actually talking to you. He's saying, listen to me. There's an issue here. You're destroying yourself. There's something that you are suppressing inside of you. You're putting something inside of me, whether it be the alcohol or certain types of food that are causing distress and destroying you, reducing your life, a quality of life. That's all. That pain isn't God punishing us. There's no such thing as punishment. It's a God. It's that God, that super intelligence that is calling us is through that pain and saying, listen, you need to start listening now. There's something that you're doing that you need to be aware of, that is reducing your quality of life, of experiencing life for what it actually is, the beauty of life for what it is. We're not here to run away from life. We're here to embrace life for the beautiful life that it is. But are we able to see that pain as a dat, as a gift of that one? If we're able to see as a gift, then we'll be able to hear what that pain is saying to us. Sometimes we've sat there and slandered and spoke about other people and we'll feel dark and heavy from inside. That dark and heaviness is that one gift to us, speaking to us and say, wake up. That is toxic for you living that way. O giver of gifts, this is a gift of yours too. Even this pain is, because this pain is speaking to me. And it's guiding me in this way. Tum mat pita, you are my mother, you are my father. Tum mat pita, hum barik tere. The truth is, our physical parents may not be able to see and understand everything about us. Our physical parents may not be able to be with us at all times, but you, Vaheguru Ji, is constantly working for me, is constantly with me. Tum mat pita, hum barik tere. You are our mata, our mother, father. Hum barik tere. We are your children. Tumri kripa mein hai. When you shower me with your grace, tumri kripa mein sukh kanere, then I truly start to enjoy that eternal happiness from inside. Khair Singh Ji coming back. Padsha Ji saying, Kot pada prad hamare khando anik bidhi samjhav ho. You are trying to guide me in many multiple different ways. Hum agyan, I might be an agyani. Agyani means somebody that is ignorant, that doesn't understand your ways. Hum agyan alp mat thori. Alp means little bit. Mat, my understanding. Thori is very little. I don't understand always when you are speaking to me through my own pains. But you are speaking to me. That is your compassion. You're talking to me. You're telling me something. You're telling me to live another way, that the way I'm living at the moment is causing me distress. My own actions are working against me. My own ways of living are working against me. Tum aapan bird rakhav ho, but you never go against your nature. You remain stern and still. I've been forever compassionate. Tumri sharan tumari asa, tumri sharan tumari asa. Hey Vaheguru Ji, I've now come to your sanctuary. Tumari asa, now I've come to live in your hope that you are my only hope. Tum hi sajjan suhele, tum hi sajjan. You are my true friend. You are the one that brings me true happiness. Because now I see that how you are looking after me in every moment of my life. But there's times I keep going against that grain. And then Guru Arjun Dev Ji Paat Ji, they finished this Shabad with a deep inner heartfelt request, begging before that one, saying, Rakho Rakan Har Deala, saying, protect me, oh protector, saying, keep me. Rakho Rakan Har Deala, oh compassionate one, Nanak Karke Gole, keep me as a slave within your house. Sangat Ji, our begging before that one is to make us into that one slave. Because when we live this life as a slave, there is no pain. Because when we then see ourselves as the slave of that Creator's creation, and then there is no competition. When we see ourselves as a slave to the entire humanity, then there is no space to look down at them. Then we come from a place of compassion. Then we see ourselves as a humble servant before that one that resides within every human being. And in that way, I cannot fall and succumb to pride and what Guru Sahib Ji referred to as hankar. I'm here to become a slave of that one's creation. Remaining in that humility, I won't have to experience pain ever again. Sangat Ji, please forgive me for all my mistakes. My ardas to Guru Sahib Ji is that take me to that place. My ardas is that I can become your slave and serve in humility and not look down on anyone and become the dust of all. Sadhguru Ji Garib Nawaz Ji Padshah Ji Kripa Karan Ke He Sache Padshah Jiyo. What a beautiful ardas that Rakho Rakhan Har Deala Nanak Karke Gole.